Welcome to the channel. Let's revise the relation between India and Maldives from every angle. Diplomatic tensions between India and the Maldives, decoding the mystery. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's recent visit to Lakshadweep stirred controversy, exacerbating the already strained relations between India and the Maldives. The dispute arose when three deputy ministers from the Maldives criticized India and the Prime Minister, leading to backlash and calls to promote domestic tourism over traveling to the Maldives. How are India's relations with the Maldives? Security partnership. Defense cooperation extends to joint exercises such as Ekuverin, Dosti, Ekta, and Operation Shield, which was begun in 2021. India provides roughly 70% of Maldives' defense training needs. Adu, city in Maldives, has a drug detoxification and rehabilitation clinic developed with Indian assistance. India is implementing 20 high-impact community development projects in sectors such as healthcare, education, fisheries, tourism, sports, and culture. Economic collaboration. The backbone of the Maldivian economy is tourism, with many Indians considering it a prominent tourist destination and others viewing it as a source of employment. As of 2021, India ranks as the third-largest trading partner for the Maldives. On 22 July 2019, the Reserve Bank of India and the Maldives Monetary Authority formalized a bilateral USD currency swap agreement. Unfortunately, the economic ties between India and the Maldives faced a setback in 2017 due to the Maldives signing a free trade agreement with China. Infrastructure projects in the Maldives include the Hanimadu International Airport Development Project, which is set to construct a new terminal with a capacity for 1.3 million people annually under an Indian credit line. Additionally, the National College for Policing and Law Enforcement was inaugurated in 2022 by India's External Affairs Minister. Notably, the NCPLE stands as India's largest grant project in the Maldives. Greater Malay Connectivity Project, revolutionizing infrastructure. The Greater Malay Connectivity Project aims to establish a 6.74-kilometer-long bridge and causeway, linking Male with the neighboring islands of Willingli, Bulhefalhu, and Thailafushi. This groundbreaking initiative is set to run on sustainable, renewable energy sources. This ambitious project has garnered significant backing, with India providing substantial support. A generous $100 million grant from India, coupled with a $400 million line of credit, fuels the realization of this extensive undertaking. Notably, this project stands as not only India's most substantial venture in the Maldives but also represents the Maldives' most significant infrastructure initiative to date. Popular operation of India in Maldives. Though there are many operations undertook by Indian government, but the prominent one is the Operation Cactus, 1988. During Operation Cactus, the Indian Armed Forces assisted the Maldives government in neutralizing the coup attempt. Moving to the point why India and Maldives matter to each other. First, strategic importance. Neighborhood first policy. Maldives holds strategic importance for India, situated close to its west coast and at the center of vital sea lanes in the Indian Ocean, aligning with India's neighborhood first policy. Secondly, security provider. India has been a consistent first responder to Maldives during crisis, contributing to security cooperation, joint exercises, and defense partnerships. Third point, economic and trade ties. Examples are tourism economy. India is a major source of tourists for the Maldives, with significant trade partnerships and economic engagements. Trade agreements. Bilateral trade has flourished, with India being the second-largest trade partner in 2022, and agreements like the USD currency swap enhancing economic ties. Point number 4, development and capacity building. Examples are infrastructure projects. India has invested in significant projects, such as the Greater Malay Connectivity Project and airport development, showcasing its commitment to Maldives' growth. Healthcare and education. India has contributed to healthcare, education, and vocational training, reinforcing strong cultural and historical ties. Fifth point, cultural connectivity, like shared links. India and Maldives share deep cultural, linguistic, and religious ties, fostering a strong bond between the nations. Now, let's see what are the key issues in the relationship of both countries. Most recent issue is Lakshadweep controversy. Criticism from Maldivian ministers led to a fallout, impacting Indian tourism to the Maldives and highlighting the risks of hypernationalism in the region. And some other points of key issue in relation between both the countries are India Out campaign, a movement against Indian influence and investments in Maldives, adding complexity to the relationship. Sovereignty and security concerns. Debate over the perceived threat of Indian military presence in Maldives, with differing views on national security implications. Hydrographic Survey Agreement revocation. Maldives is worried that India's sea mapping activities may be used for spying. Hydrographic data, gathered from the seas, can serve both civilian and military purposes. Maldives recently cancelled its agreement with India for joint sea surveys, raising concerns in Indian strategic circles. China factor. Chinese influence in the Maldives, including investment and a free trade agreement, has strained India-Maldives ties. The Maldives has become a significant element in China's string of pearls strategy in South Asia. What concern does India have with China-Maldives relations? Similar to several other nations in the Indian Ocean, the Maldives has experienced positive outcomes from Chinese involvement in infrastructure development. The Maldives has attracted substantial investments from China and actively participated in the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, a major Chinese development strategy. Also, there's talk about China wanting to build a naval base in the Maldives, which worries people because of possible military consequences. China's surveys in the seas near friendly South Asian countries also raise concerns, especially since Indian ships are already there. Following the string of pearls approach, China has financially supported and overseen various projects in the Maldives. These initiatives encompass the enhancement of ports, construction of airports, building bridges, and the development of crucial infrastructure within the country. Evolution in alliances, the Maldives paradigm shift. The Maldives, traditionally aligned with India in its foreign policy, has undergone a significant transformation due to a more pro-China stance. This shift has raised apprehensions in India regarding China's growing influence in the Maldives, raising strategic concerns. Indian worries. India is uneasy with China's increasing footprint in the Indian Ocean region, particularly in nations like Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and the Maldives. The construction of ports and military bases under Chinese control in these areas is perceived as a potential threat to India's strategic concerns and the overall security of the region. In reaction, India's response is that India has heightened its diplomatic and strategic involvement with the Maldives and other nations in the Indian Ocean. To extend its impact in the area, it has offered economic aid, initiated infrastructure projects, and strengthened defense collaboration. India's commitment to the Neighborhood First policy aims to counterbalance the expanding influence of China. Political changes. Following the election of President Ibrahim Mohamed Solih in 2018, perceived to be more inclined towards India, the Maldives' foreign policy has shifted back in favor of India. Solih's administration strives to maintain an equilibrium between India and China while upholding long-standing ties with India. But now in 2023, the current president is Mohammad Muizzu, who seems to be more inclined towards China, and hence the government's foreign policy seems being shifted to China. Following are the measures that should be taken to maintain the good tie. For example, promote Indian tourism. Explore and develop undisclosed beach destinations in India, promoting tourism and reducing dependency on the Maldives. Diplomatic engagement. Prioritize regular diplomatic dialogues, strengthen regional alliances, and engage with the local population to address concerns and build trust. Prudence in international affairs. Advocate for prudence in dealing with neighbors, avoiding needless provocations that may harm diplomatic relationships. Indian Ocean Strategy. Enhance maritime security, contribute to regional stability through alliances like Quad, and leverage initiatives like Project Mausam for mutual benefit. Project Mausam is a Ministry of Culture's project that will be carried out by the Indira Gandhi National Centre for the Arts in New Delhi as the primary coordinating body, with assistance from the Archaeological Survey of India and the National Museum as partner bodies. The Mausam project seeks to investigate how knowledge and manipulation of monsoon winds have affected contacts throughout the Indian Ocean, resulting in the spread of shared knowledge systems, traditions, technologies, and ideas via maritime channels. Different coastal centers and their surrounding environments encouraged these exchanges. Project Mausam should give Maldives the opportunity to benefit from it and strengthen its economic and infrastructure dependency on India. Despite recent controversies, the enduring importance of India in the region underscores the necessity for a collaborative approach between India's Neighbourhood First policy and the Maldives' India First approach. Building trust, addressing concerns, and fostering mutual benefits remain key to a strong and enduring partnership. Thank you for watching.